I tell you what, this is an easy one to love right here. So this is a Cougar 26 RBS here at Haylet RV of Coldwater, Michigan. 6,480 pounds as you see it here. We have a outside kitchenette, more ride steps, 0 to 100 degree functionality, which is an improvement over the previous generation. There's going to be a lot of updates now that, as of what I like to call the windshield generation, which that being one of the updates here, including a new larger 70 by 80 king bed and a half-ton towable couples camper. There's a lot of really strong qualities going on here. One awesome aspect of the 26 RBS Cougar here at Haylet RV of Coldwater, Michigan is that this beauty is fully travel accessible. You have a pair of entry doors. The main like sort of living area entry door will get you back here. You get to all the storage. There's not a single bit of storage you can't get to. You can get to everything in the kitchen. You can get to the bathroom very simply and easily. The only thing you can't access from here is the bedroom. But again, there's a second door for that. So, whether you're on a long trip and want to rub the sleep out of your eyes, you want to come in here and jump in this full-size 70 by 80 king bed, not the short camp king, or if you just need to get in here, you know, pack up your closets or anything, the 26 RBS Cougar is completely 100% travel accessible. And I tell you what, Cougar is quickly creeping up the list of personal favorite travel trailers. I'm a big fan of their 29 BHS bunkhouse model, and in a lot of ways this is kind of just a non-bunkhouse version of it, so it kind of makes sense that this one's really speaking to me as well. We're gonna start over here in the Super Slide with those max size windows. If you are looking for, you know, just tons of light, tons of air, the recurring trend here is going to be big RV feeling in a smaller, lighter class. And I guess that's kind of the way I could describe this. It's sort of like a lightweight plus. That's sort of where Cougars are at right now. They're in a really interesting position in the marketplace because they're not exactly trying to be an ultralight, but they're really getting up in the grill of a lot of lightweight brands and doing a lot of good things. So right here, you know, there's all sorts of different seating arrangements. There's, you know, hide-a-beds and booth dinettes and whatnot. And we had a huge call for a lot of people looking for a real true purist couples camping experience. And hey, not a problem. If that's what you're looking for, we'll make it happen. And frankly, I think it looks pretty good this way. So the theater seat here is directly across from the entertainment center, as we'll see, in that no neck wrecker position, so it's an easy, comfortable viewing experience. Then the freestanding table and chairs, you know, a little more comfortable, individualized seating if you kind of like to scoot forward, scoot back, and you're not just kind of relegated to the bench seating there. This does have a big open feeling vaulted ceiling. I do not use trick fisheye camera lenses or anything like that. What's cool here is you always have a standard 15,000 BTU air conditioner, and that in conjunction with their new 0 to 100 degree improved heating and cooling, you know, package, I think you're going to be plenty fine in this half-ton towable trailer. Now you've got, you know, this is a similar floor plan to a lot of things that you see out there. Like we have versions of floor plans like this from Winnebago and Rockwood and Apex and Passport and all kinds of brands, and they all have little different things to bring to the table. But I think Cougars is one of the more unique ones due to some of just the, you know, the really cool sort of smart, fun features that they do bring to the table. But what's cool here is pretty much no matter who builds it, you've got a lot of storage. Starting up top, we'll point out the fact that we have all pocket screwed cabinetry with hardwood cabinet door frames and those, you know, easy full handle grab, like shaker style cabinet handles there. I really like the big window here in the kitchen. And notice how you have very easy reach power outlets. That is something that these Cougars, both in their trailers and their fifth wheels, have become extremely good at. And that's very impressive to me because that's one of those things that it's trickier to design an RV this way with those sorts of concepts in mind. So one of two things is happening. Either the Cougar team is really in touch with the marketplace, which there's a very good chance that's possible, or they have people on their team that actually go camping, which also possible. The countertop is a pressed membrane material, so it is a sealed edge, which allows them to recess the sink. Now, I've got dual sink covers kind of stacked on one another. Normally, they wouldn't bump up like that, but I wanted you to get to see that nice deep stainless sink. And you've also got the flush mount tempered glass stove over here, so that we have a really decent amount of prep space going on. And it is a nicer metallic faucet fixture with the sprayer head. Difference that you can literally see and feel. Down below here, drawers to the floor. They gave you any drawer space they possibly could, and a giant space for a wastebasket, big giant pots and pans. I mean, you know, you can play hide and seek down under that sink. It is large. Now, speaking of large, we have a larger 8 cubic foot refrigerator freezer, and that in conjunction with the mini fridge in the outside kitchen gives you about 10 cubic foot of cold storage here. Now, the rear bathroom, non-bunkhouse version of a floor plan like this from most brands sometimes does not include an outside kitchen. So that is a significant thing to point out, that by having a bigger fridge and an outside kitchen, you are really gaining a lot of extra storage capacity, or cold storage as it were. This right here, one of my favorite little nerdisms, the Pantry Tainment Center. That is some serious shelf space and cabinet space right there. Big stuff, little stuff, any stuff, every stuff can go in that thing. And the TV itself kind of acts as a door there. But you notice there's a literal, like, you know, a full sort of closet, pantry, whatever you want to call, right by the door, plus this pantry right here. So, I mean, you could easily say, you know, 3 legitimate separate pantries going on, or this could be some kind of linen cabinet, although you do have a small linen cabinet right in the bathroom itself. But more drawers right here. So there's 4 drawers already. Now, it's a little dark in this corner because as we take a look up here, we actually have motion activated lighting. Just as I draw closer to it, bam, kicks right on. So it's on when you need it. It's not when you don't. So you don't have that annoying, pesky cloud of gnats by the door. And we hadn't seen enough storage yet. Now we're greeted with this huge closet that is bigger than the refrigerator by far, and they actually even throw a little shelf down here, so if you want to toss some shoes in, use that as something of a shoe garage, you're good. Extra hanging storage, but notice how that rear shelf back there, it doesn't jut all the way forward. So if you have tall stuff like brooms, Swiffers, vacuums, something like that, you have a very nice place to put them, so that you don't, have to have them just sort of leaning against the wall in the bedroom or something like that. Speaking of the bedroom, we've got a sliding pocket privacy door here, and just inside, we are greeted with a huge, like, storage chest under the bed that is also easy lift. But what's kind of cool here is it's completely separated inside-outside storage, like interior underbed versus outside pass-through. Now, there's a very big difference between this bedroom and the previous generation of 26 RBS Cougar here at Haylett RV. Actually, 2 of them. First, you see up front how we have that new automotive windshield, and there is a privacy shade in there. It makes the bedroom look and feel larger. It's absolutely awesome. It's got, and I love how they framed it out. I mean, they really classed it up. You still have those nice side stands there with your household and USB outlets, very CPAP friendly, little storage sort of pocket below them. And last year, these had an interestingly sized short Camp King. It was 70 wide, but only 74 long. Well, when they went to this new windshield generation, the new nose cap allowed them to gain some extra space inside of the RV. So rather than restructure the entire thing, what they realized is that, holy crap, suddenly we can put a full 70 by 80 true king bed in here instead of that goofy short Camp King. And they didn't have to extend the length of the RV 1 inch. That is a very cool thing. Now, another cool thing is the in-command system that's equipped standard on all Cougar RVs, whether it's a trailer or fifth wheel or whatever. It's the little digital touchscreen right by the door. You can kind of see it in the distance there between that huge closet and the bathroom door. With that, you can control your heating and cooling. You can control your lights. You can control slides, awnings, etc. A bunch of stuff. And anything you can do on that pad, even like your water heater, anything you can do on that pad, you can do right from your phone. But if you're sitting over here or standing in the kitchen, you want to turn a light off and on, you don't always want to have to walk all the way across the camper. Well, there's still a handy light switch here, so you don't have to. There's also a ceiling panel light switch in the bedroom for those lights as well. And here within the slide out, you can see they are also running a lot of wiring. There's a handy little touch switch right here within the slide, and they have a dimmer feature. So if you just kind of want to cool the lights down at night, maybe it's movie night or something like that, you know, you don't have to like get blinded by the light. I believe there was a song about that. Anyway, now obviously we have that direct facing entertainment center, and this is one of the reasons that we like to put the theater seat in this floor plan, because you know, you've got those wall hugging theater cinema sofa recliner things there facing directly toward that huge 4K HD TV. We've already seen the storage behind it, so I want to zoom in on what's below it. It starts with a DVD Bluetooth player. A lot of RVs have that, but remember, since the TV pivots out and there's all the room behind it, it is very, very easy to upgrade your entertainment to Blu-ray or satellite or streaming sticks or whatever have you. Now, down here behind the fireplace, you're thinking, if there's all that storage behind the TV, why don't I get that storage below? Well, the answer is because there's a miniature outside kitchen out there. So instead of having to do the cabinet crawl, where you get on your hands and knees, as opposed to the watermelon crawl, for those who, you know, listen to country music, now I'm thinking of that song. Anyway, you know, you don't want to crawl on your hands and knees to be able to get to storage. You don't have to here. So instead what they did is they added this nice little electric space heating fireplace for a little bit of bonus heat. So if you got a 30,000 BTU furnace, a 5,120 BTU electric heater, that's not too bad, all things told, but remember again, we are 0 to 100 degree rated. Now, a couple things on this wall. This little thing, what is this? This is a thermostat probe, and this is what communicates within command. Then you got this weird white box up here. It's, in its current state, not really much of anything. If you are looking for more mobile data access, kind of like there's a Furrion backup camera mount, there's a Furrion modem mount in here, a little router, not modem, router mount. So if you want to, you know, be a little more easily able to access mobile data sources, you can. Now, here in the bathroom, something important I want to point out is any, like, doorway in all Cougars, but most any Keystone product, has a really thick interior wall that's fully studded out. I mean, you can see how it stays square. We don't have any of the jacks on or anything like that. It just does its job. And it's that extra structural, those thicker interior walls, the thicker exterior walls, those big camper features in a smaller, lighter class that really have me impressed here. So like I said earlier, there's just enough of a linen cabinet here in the bathroom where you can keep some towels up there so you don't have to do the nudist camp streak unless, you know, you are an exhibitionist, and then, hey, enjoy yourself, live your life. Nice little hanging towel rack there with the the wacky octopus face hangers. Anyone ever notice when you look at this thing, it looks like some sort of little Cthulhu demon monster thing? Just me? I don't know. Anyway. Now down below here though, I want to point out a couple smart things. Nicer porcelain foot flush stool, plenty of legroom, plenty of floor space, and no heat vents in the floor of the bathroom. I know a lot of people dislike those in the bathroom. So instead they run a little heat duct actually right under the shower pan itself. Now, in the kitchen, just like, well, in the bathroom rather, just like the kitchen, we have those pressed membrane counters and a bigger sink right here with a good-sized vanity, you know, so that you can actually have a place to keep your toothbrush and stuff. Now, that vaulted ceiling plus the skylight positioned right in front of the shower head makes this bigger radius shower very tall person friendly. So once again, we've got big feeling features in a lighter class camper. So I think one of the things any reasonable person, myself included, is looking for when making a major purchase, or even a small purchase, but especially a major purchase, is peace of mind. And I think that's where that 3-year structural warranty that Keystone has on their products comes in. The thing is, not all 3-year structural warranties are created equally. And Keystone went more involved and has the most comprehensive of its type out there. One of the things that you're getting the benefit of there is the fact that they actually cover the paint work done on their nose caps because they in-house paint all their own nose caps. They have the capacity and ability to do that as the largest producer of laminated RVs on the planet Earth. So that, you know, beautiful automotive inset windshield in there. It's basically the concept that they got was from the 367 FLS front living Cougar fifth wheel last year, and they, man, we love that. We should really get some more consistency across the board. But, you know, again, when they redesigned that nose cap and they gave you that awesome looking windshield, which makes the bedroom feel bigger, they also gained the ability to put the larger 70 by 80 bed in instead of the short Camp King without extending the tip to tail length of the RV. Now, there's a lot of, you know, the message I've really been sending here is big camping in a, you know, lighter weight category, because I mean this really competes head to head with a lot of lightweight trailers out there, but it has things they don't, like thicker 2-inch sidewalls instead of 1.5-inch ultralight walls. That extra, you know, that structural integrity going on there. The you're fine, Bill. Bill's checking in the Cougar fifth wheel behind it. Did you see him stop like a deer that, like, you know, when a cat walks in the room and it didn't know you were sitting there and the cat's like, whoa. Yeah, that's exactly the look he had. Oh, I needed that laugh. Anyway. Where was I at? So thicker stuff in a smaller camper. We have, you know, walkable slide boxes even. We've got that 0-degree functionality, which that was a major overhaul that they put into these. So the big question is, how did they achieve that? Last year they had a heated enclosed belly, and they still do with the same 30,000 BTU furnace, but then they just kept doing more and more and more. They rerouted their heat lines so that the heat ducting follows the water lines to protect those. And you've got T-junctions off the heat lines, the heat ducting, to force heat directly onto the holding tanks. Plus, when we take a look up here in the pass-through storage compartment, you see that there are switches for the 12-volt tank heaters over here. And those are handy. Being 12-volt, you can run them going down the road. Then they added heat reflective layering in the belly, all the way around the nose, and over the roof, so that this thing keeps the heat where you want, when you want it. Whether you want the heat inside or outside, if you want to keep the heat out, it'll also help with that. And that's one of the reasons they also added some attic vents to the roof structure of this, so that the gap between the ceiling panel inside and the roof decking outside isn't just sitting there turning into basically an oven. Now, I talk about this all the time, but I rarely show it the way that I should. And that is this handy little water and cable docking station. It comes with the, you know, the technical term is the blue coily hose, I think, anyway. But it has what's a residential fitting on the end of it. So if you want to add a little, like, garden hose sprayer head to this, you can. And what's neat is there's also a little access panel, so like if you want to keep your water line or your anything like that running through here, you're good. Now I refer to this as water and cable dock because that's what it usually is. In the case of a Keystone, you've got the Key TV dock in the back that we'll take a quick look at, so there is no cable connection up here, which is nice because it's one less thing to drag across your campsite. We do have a simple side mount solar prep plug here. Now, huge windows, as we saw inside, and they are tinted to keep the sun out, as well as keep the nosy neighbors at bay, and they all open for just maximum airflow. Now, we have power stabilizer jacks also, in addition to the power tongue jack and power awning. So setting and breaking camp on this is push button simple. You've also got a triple seal system around those slide outs, so that there are always at least 3 seals in contact with the slides, in addition to it being a walkable slide. Plus it has a rough textured slide wall to make sure those wiper seals do their job, plus an interior. Sorry about that. I filled my memory card. I've been recording a ton of videos here, and the camera's like, all right, I'm done. I'm taking a break. You got to empty me out. So what I was getting at there, I think I was talking about the triple slide seal system, the seal gripping slide walls, the thicker walls. Again, the idea being bigger RV feeling, bigger RV stuff in a smaller category. Now, neat little thing that they've started doing back here, really across pretty much all of Keystone, is reverse travel lighting. So just like your car, you shift into reverse and you got some white tail lights. Well, you got the same thing on your camper, and they are no joke. I'm actually very impressed. Now down here you have a 2-inch receiver hitch, which is ideal if you want to like do something like add a bike rack or a small cargo tray. Maybe you want to carry some extra coolers, generator, or whatever. Well, you can do that here without voiding that very nice warranty that we talked about earlier. Isn't that a nice little thing? And it's that extra little attention to detail right there that makes me really appreciate what Keystone has going on here. Now, not only do you have those cool reverse travel lights, but all your tail or your marker lights, your clearance lights, everything are all LED, just like under the awning. Now the awning you can operate remotely, again within command. I mean, it just does all kinds of stuff. So grab your phone, pop the awning out, enjoy some shade, or put it away at night if you don't need it and just kick on the awning lights. It is an easy tilt power awning with an auto rain dump feature. We have anti-slam entry doors and your sort of like main entry door back here. We have a couple good things going on. We've got the larger folding handle as well as the nice MORryde stable step. So if you're on a goofy campsite, or frankly, if you just get annoyed when the camper sort of rocks and rolls, maybe you're a little motion sick, you don't like the seasickness feeling when people come and go, this will eliminate that. And that's what I like about them. Now, again, awning is just literally, there you go. Pull it, set it, forget it. And if you leave it like that and you roll the awning up, it's self-correcting. It'll straighten its arms out on its own. Now, remember, behind the entertainment center, really behind the electric heater fireplace, we have this little mini outside kitchenette. We've got the very popular, very nice Capital Grill. And that's what's cool about this, is it's not a 2-burner stovetop, it's an actual grill. It's got a much, much higher output. So that, you know, it's like 8,500 BTU as opposed to a common 5K, you know, little burner stove that can blow out easily. Plus, it's harder to blow out the flame on that. And having a little fridge out here in conjunction with the fridge inside. Remember, we've got about 10 cubic foot of cold storage, so you can use this for drinks, keep some food inside, or however you feel like doing it, but that kind of makes sense to me. Good looking wheel package on here too. That never seems to offend anybody. Ooh, we got some Steppenwolf playing. I actually saw Steppenwolf live in Grand Haven. You wouldn't think a guy my age ever saw him, but old John K. Full-length LED lighting, and the white under awning will help reflect more of that light at your campsite at night. Now, you've got a second little outside shower situation here. This is for little door side, you know, picnic table type cleanups. I guess in a sense it kinda could function as something of a outside sink for your mini kitchenette. And by the way, those are TV hookups. All of our marker lights are LED also, not just those fancy reverse travel tail lights that we saw. Now our, I guess you call it secondary entry door right here, we have these aluminum plank steps. And what's great about these, if your feet are slippery and you're trying to hurry in and out real quick, you're not going to slip and fall and bust your teeth or anything like that. Now up front here, you might notice that both baggage doors, your exterior baggage doors, they're both slam latches and have magnet holdbacks, and they're full thickness laminated so that you're not going to have your heat and your air spilling out, you know, from under your pass through here. And sealed piano hinges so that water gets on that, it doesn't spring. Again, look at all these little details. I mean, there's 100 little details we've talked about. This Cougar product is strong right now, and huge pass-through storage, and with bigger baggage doors on both sides. Now that blue coily hose, that is the thing that you can utilize as you know, your outside shower on the little docking station there. That black box up in the corner, that is going to be your power stabilizer controls and the switches for your 12-volt tank heaters. You also have a battery disconnect switch over there, and you know, just that way your what am I wanting to say here, like air conditioner, refrigerator, all these things that have power boards, they don't turn off, they go into standby, they go into low power mode. More motion sense lighting. And this here is the in-command brain. This is the heart and soul of that in-command system I've been yakking about for the last, I don't know, probably close to 20 minutes, and I always forget to unscrew this thing. Oh, it has a long thread screw too. Long story short, it's a superior wiring system. It also has a little switch inside there. If you want to manually select an awning, a slide, or whatever, and manually retract something, you still can. You don't have to use that touch screen. It's also a nice backup, although we haven't really had people need to use it. And easy access to your color-coded wiring here. And guys, at least down here at the ground level, I think we just about got it. Let's take a trip upstairs, and there's that awning going in town. That's something else. They actually use a little higher grade awning on this that moves a little faster. So you're spending more time camping and less time, I don't know, pushing buttons, monkeying with stuff. Now there's two things I really want to point out here. First is just that they are willing to use an impressive amount of sealant around the roof fixtures. I like to point that out on brands whenever I see it, because there's a lot of brands that they like to cut that corner. Now, also up here, you can see the really aggressively vaulted nature of this, because remember, I don't use tricky fisheye lenses. I'm not trying to deceive you into and tricking you into, ha ha ha, I got your money here at Haylett RV. No, I'm trying to educate you so that you know what you're buying, what you're spending all that hard-earned money on, and that way you know you can buy with confidence from Haylett RV. But arch structures are like perfectly low. They're the best load-bearing structure there is out there, basically. And this roof, as a result, it's like, it almost has like no flex because it doesn't have to deflect when you walk on it. It's got such a good, thick, heavy, strong feel to it. And again, like the front termination strip here, they just go nuts. They make sure that there's not going to be a little gap where, you know, a little drop of water is going to sneak through there. Because if there's one, there's going to be more. So whether it's this Cougar trailer, that Cougar fifth wheel, or, you know, any of the other nearly 500 or sometimes more than 500 things that we offer here at Haylett RV, you know, we have it all, guys. If it's on wheels, chances are we have it. So whether you need hitching, pieces, parts, trades, financing, truck and trailer package deals, RV delivery, and everything in between, we do it all. We service what we sell and everything else too, you know. We're not one of these people that says you buy it here or else. We just take care of people because it's the right way to do it. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.